All right, so welcome DC Food Team. It's so great to see all of you. And I just want to again say thank you for joining our call today. So of course, we wanted to make sure everyone is doing well. But we also want to take this time to get back into the swing of things for our potential RTO date, which is our return to office date of April 20th. As always, we will keep you updated once that date is 100% confirmed and more of the RTO process as we approach that date. So we'll give you guys more details, as we get closer to that date and once everything is confirmed. But we would like to kind of get into the swing of things. So we're going to have a pre-meal just like we would in the office, but virtually. So I'm going to kick it over to Phoebe, and Phoebe is going to talk about our safety and DEI moment for the month of March.
Hey, good morning, everybody. As we all know, or maybe now we know, March is workplace safety tips. So, here are a few tips on how to protect your eyes on the job. Always wear an appropriate safety eyewear for your job site or role, even if you're just passing through a hazard area. If you're working in an area with particles or dust, be sure to wear a safety glass with side shields to protect against flying objects. Number two, when working with chemicals, always wear safety goggles or face shields to protect against splashing. And tip number three, when working around hazardous radiations like welding, lashes, or fiber optics, be sure to use sorry, be sure to use special purpose safety goggles and helmets designed specifically for the task.
Awesome. So,
Okay,
go ahead, Phoebes.
sorry. And since we all know March is International Women's Day, um, our month's challenge is hashtag choose to challenge, meaning our future should be greater than our past. There's a poem here, so if you wanna go ahead and play the poem, Julie.
Yep.
We are the faces of the present, different phases like the full moon, like Luna's crescent, that divine link to the earth and the heavens. We are the descendants of the women that came before us, of generations that are yet to be born, the birth before the storm, before the wild wind breathes into a life that believes in her warrior soul. We are leaders.
Leaders of love and compassion, of freedom and self-expression. We are the women that stand firmly against oppression, seeking justice and equality in all that we do, raising our voices so that all women's voices are heard too, shattering that silence, that deathly silence. With every breath that we breathe and every echo we scream, we will not allow women to suffer at the hands of violence, at the hands of any abuse, or to be used and seen as the weaker sex. We are not objects, we are life. We hold the divine universal power. We are waves, waves that ripple in every ocean. And every ripple that rings expands into the sea, creating this universal energy that's beyond any human being. It's a sisterhood. It's a connection that can only ever be understood by she, by her, by me, by understanding that once one woman stands her ground, raising the volume and speaking loud, her voice travels through the whispers of the fine-bladed grass, through the thick fog that sweeps across mountain tops and crashes against the raging sea. Her voice is the very heartbeat that bonds hearts of unity. We are the faces of the women that stand proudly together, to be the change we want to see, for every woman to be heard. So I choose to challenge you to share your poem, write your piece of spoken word, raise your voice as I've done mine, so no woman's voice goes ever unheard.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about sustainability. And if you guys have had the chance to catch this awesome show on Netflix called Best Leftovers Ever, it is a cooking show where the home chef who are experienced at making great meals out of leftovers are pitted against one another, and they are challenged to work with whatever leftovers they are given to create some awesome dishes that are also well-presented dishes. So over to Chef Kevin.
It's Best Leftovers Ever, Women's History Edition with a Sustainability Chaser. Live from DC, we bring you the end-all be-all showdown. Don't let the smiles fool you. These ladies have knives and know how to use them. But enough out of me, let's go! Whoa, Emily, that looks great. Jules, you're up.
Okay, best leftovers ever. What am I gonna do? I'm up against Emily, so I really need to kind of bring it. All right, so, barbecue beef. Got some barbecue beef. That would be really good. And I have this potato chip crusted chicken, because that would be like a remix. So I think I'm gonna do that. Oh man, I got some flatbreads too. Okay. I got this, people. Flatbreads. Chicken. Potato crusted chicken. Barbecue beef. Alright, gotta remix this. Alright, so for this first flatbread, I'm going to use up some leftover barbecue beef that I had from some sandwiches from this weekend. So I'm going to remix this and I'm going to do some flatbreads. And this is what I got. So we have barbecue sauce on the bottom. Got the barbecue beef. I'm going to hit it with some fresh mozzarella cheese. Alright, so I'm going to do some big balsamic onions for this flatbread. All right, first flatbread out of the oven. Barbecue, beef, flatbread, fig caramelized onions, fresh mozzarella cheese. What?
This is so good.
Is it delicious? Hey Dad, how's my flatbread?
This is incredible. It's got the best taste you could imagine. Full-bodied, tastes all kind of like onions, barbecue. It is wonderful.
Number one
I can't
fan.
wait to eat more.
All right, so I think I'm gonna have time to do this second flatbread. So guys, this is what I remixed. I had made potato chip crusted chicken on Friday for the talent show, or actually while we were watching the talent show. So I diced this up, I put it on another flatbread with some Alfredo sauce that I had to use up. You know, like those half jars that you've left in the fridge? Yep, those. Had a tiny little crown of broccoli and a quarter of a red pepper. So here it is. I'm gonna pop this in the oven and finish it with some shaved Parmigiano. Maya, how's the pizza?
So good.
All right, guys, second flatbread. This is the potato chip crusted chicken remix. Turned it into a chicken and broccoli Alfredo pizza. The little red pepper. It has an Alfredo sauce base. The potato chip crusted chicken. A little bit of broccoli that I had left over. A little bit of red pepper and some shaved Parmigiano Reggiano. Boom. Dad,
Yeah,
how's this pizza?
this is incredible. It's got a full body of flavoring. It's healthy, and it just tingles my taste buds.
Wow, great job, you two. This is certainly been Ladies' Night, and oh, what a night. Let's get back to the DC virtual pre-meal and engage with the team for some more leftover remixes.
So, have you guys, here's my question. Have you guys ever taken leftovers and remixed them into another awesome dish? So I'm going to ask you guys, what is your favorite leftover remix? Anybody?
I'll go.
All right.
Okay, so recently, actually, I made Italian sausage on the grill, and we had it one night, and then the next night, Kim wanted sausage and peppers, so I took the leftover Italian sausage we had, I opened up the casing of the ones that we didn't cook, and I mixed it with rice, green peppers, garlic, onion powder, and all that, and the fragrance or the flavor from the sausage was a lot better when it was uncased because it was mixing in with everything. So, my family doesn't eat leftovers a lot. Like, they'll let it sit, so I figure how to utilize as much as possible when I can.
Awesome, Chip. So would you say you took that grilled sausage and kind of made it into like a sausage and pepper rice bowl?
Yes, that's basically what I did, yeah.
Awesome. Into a sausage and pepper rice bowl. Awesome. That sounds really good. Anybody else?
Me.
Gil.
Yes, the other day, for first time I made we call it like taco de lengua. This is a Mexican dish. Also, it's a tongue, a cow tongue, and I made it like a soup, like a roasted because I don't want to waste the flavor. Mostly the dish they roast by low cook on the oven, but I did like on a pot with the water and some vegetables. I made my tacos, but I don't want to waste the flavor. So the next day, I just add a ton of veggies and I do like a vegetable soup. And my kids love it because my little one now they don't want to eat meat, but they eat the soup.
Wow, that's really awesome. So you remixed tacos and turned it into like a vegetable soup?
The next day, yes.
Wow.
They didn't eat the tacos, but the next day they eat the soup. Pretty much for the flavor is there.
That's really cool. Like to
Yeah.
take tacos and then turn it into a soup. That's very creative and awesome ways to like use up leftovers and be sustainable at the same time. I hate throwing out food, so that's really awesome. Who else? Has anybody else done a little leftover remix? No? Emily, what have you been up to lately in the kitchen?
I've been practicing my baking skills. So yeah, I'm not particularly fond of making desserts and cakes. I can do it, and I did it. I had to learn in culinary school, but it's not something I've focused on career-wise. So yeah, getting back into baking and familiarizing myself with that it's been fun.
Are you doing any leftover remixes with some cakes?
No, not yet.
Awesome. So my kids are the same way. Like they don't really do leftovers, but if I can like twist things around, similar to like what Gil was talking about, I can definitely get away with not having to throw away leftovers. And so we had potato chip crusted chicken. I had like an abundance of potato chips in the pantry for some strange reason. And I had like potato chips, like regular like Lay's potato chips. I had some Ruffles. I had Doritos. And so they were like not quite like completely stale. So I used them as like a breadcrumb. So I did like regular potato chips and then I did Dorito separate, and I breaded some chicken with the potato chips and Doritos, and then I baked it in the oven. And I think it was like the grease in the potato chips, but when it baked, it got like super crunchy, like it was almost fried. It was really cool. And I did like flour, like your typical breading procedure with the flour, the egg, and then the potato chips and Doritos. And my kids went crazy over these things. And of course they eat ranch dressing on everything. But yeah, it was just kind of a fun and creative way to use up all these like random bags of potato chips that I had left over. So I'll put mine in here. Potato chip crusted chicken.
I really want to try that. I've used crackers, but I've never tried it with chips. That sounds interesting. Did you put on a rack, baking rack?
No, I just cooked it on a baking sheet with like foil on it. No rack.
I'm gonna give it a shot. That sounds good.
I love pretzels. So my next one is I'm gonna try to use pretzels and then serve it with like a mustard dipping sauce or something. So that's kind of where I'm headed. Awesome. So with that being said, I'm gonna start.
Go
ahead.
Julie. So when you were talking about that, I just remembered I have something else that I'm probably going to do tonight. We have roast chicken, so we're going to do the roast chicken, and tomorrow we're going to do Caribbean jerk tacos with chicken as a Caribbean jerk chicken. So kind of the inverse of what Gil did.
Nice. That's awesome.